Today we'll be making honey soy glazed chicken lollipop. These bad boys look really interesting and fun to eat. So stay tuned for the recipe, and meanwhile, please consider subscribing for more interesting recipes. Okay, let's get started. First up, for this recipe, we need 8 pieces of chicken drumsticks, and we will be preparing the chicken and turning them into lollipops. So first, we slice the skin around the end of the leg. Then push the meat down to the end. Now we need to let the drumstick stand up. So all we need to do is slice the bone at the tip. Be really careful when you do so. All we are doing here is making it flat so the leg can stand upright. So now over to the other end, we remove the skin and cartilage. And lastly, use a pair of scissors to just trim off the tendons that are sticking out of the meat. And voila! Chicken lollipop done. Okay, next here we prepare the dry seasoning. You don't really need that large of a bowl here, but anyhow, into a bowl, mix in 1 teaspoon salt, some black pepper, 1.5 teaspoons garlic powder, 1.5 teaspoons onion powder, 2 teaspoons paprika, and now the secret ingredient, 1 tablespoon milk powder. Now you definitely can omit the milk powder, but if you do so, just make sure you double up on the other seasoning so it's enough to coat all the chickens. Then we take the chicken and coat the meat part with the seasoning. Make sure to get the chicken nicely coated all around and let that marinate for 30 minutes. So over to a plate, here I am mixing about 1/3 cup of corn flour and 1/3 cup of plain flour. And to that, we are also going to add in half a teaspoon of baking powder. This will help make the chicken very crispy. Give that a good mix around and set aside. Over in another bowl, crack in 1 egg and simply scramble that up nicely. So then we take our chicken drumstick and coat it in the egg mixture. Make sure to get everything coated so the flour can stick nicely to it. And then we coat it with the flour mixture, get an even coating all around. Shake off the excess flour, and over to some hot oil, we pop our chicken pieces in. Make sure the oil isn't super hot, because if you have large chicken drumsticks like I do here, you want to make sure you get the inside cooked and the outside a nice golden brown color. If the oil is too hot, then you might get a nice outer layer but an uncooked center. So just keep an eye out and ensure even cooking. So once the chicken is cooked, remove it from the oil. Let them rest for 10 to 15 minutes because we will be deep frying them one more time. So skim out all that flakes in the oil. Heat up the oil again, and once the chicken has rested, just add them straight back into the oil. It is important to let the chicken rest before frying it the second round, and this is to let the excess water evaporate. So when you deep fry it for the second round, more water will evaporate, and this is what makes fried food so crispy. Essentially, deep frying is just removing water content from the food, and that's how crispiness is made. So just quickly deep fry them and remove from the oil, and this is what they should look like. Okay, now we make the honey soy. Into a bowl, add in 1 tablespoon honey. To that, mix in 1 tablespoon apple cider vinegar, 1 tablespoon soy sauce, 1 tablespoon brown sugar. Mix everything together. Then over to a stove, pour the mixture into the saucepan. And just heat that up and let the sugar dissolve and some of that water evaporated. So now back to our fried chicken. Simply coat the chicken with the sauce. Get everything coated with the sweet and savory sauce. And then place the chicken onto a nice plate and coat them with more honey soy sauce. And then garnish with some sesame seeds as well as some spring onions. And there you have it, honey soy glazed fried chicken lollipop. This was so tasty, crispy on the outside and super moist and succulent on the inside. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Do drop a comment and hit the like button. I look forward to sharing more exciting recipes in the next episode.